Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Afrobeats Journey. My name is Samson Onoja Itodo. You are back with me here once again, and I have an interesting topic and an interesting personality to have a discussion with today. But before I go further, I want to tell you, those of you that have not subscribed to Afrobeats Journey, what are you waiting for? You need to subscribe to our channel. You need to leave comment on this video. You need to like this video. You need to share this video. You need to invite your friends to watch our programs. We need you so much. You need Afrobeats Journey needs all your activities to make our channel grow. And I know you want us to grow because you want us to continue giving you good information about the Black community in Germany, in Europe, and worldwide. This is what we intend to do, and we need you to support us. So please click like, share, and invite your friends, comment, and also check all our online platforms. Our website, www.afrobeatsjourney.com, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all other platforms. We are online. Just Google Afrobeats Journey. And without taking much of your time, I want to introduce you to our special guest today, somebody who has worked in the financial sector, who have worked in very important positions in Germany, who is currently the president of Nigerian Community Bayern, and also somebody who is much more invested in community activities. Without giving much out, I'll let him introduce himself. So ladies and gentlemen, please meet Mr. Kazeem Ojoye. I'll let him to give us a brief lowdown about himself. So please tell us about you.
Thank you very much, Afrobeats Journey. My name is Kazeem Ojoye. I am the Nigerian Community Chairman in Bayern here since 2020. I was also a two-time financial secretary of NIDO, Germany. And yeah, I've worked in the financial sector before, and I'm let's say I love charity, and I love building people. I love building in people, and that is why I go for the position of the chairman of the Nigerian community. In order for Nigerians here in Bayern, I want them to come more together.
Beautiful. Our topic today, sir, is how to build a healthy and prosperous Afro community or Nigerian community in the diaspora. So tell us, how is the African or the Nigerian community faring in Germany as a whole? Let's start from your place in Bayern and to Germany and to Europe as a whole.
Yeah, I would say the Nigerian community in Bayern here is actually undergoing a restructuring right now, and it's improving. We have a lot of Nigerians living in Bavaria here. We call it Bayern, the English name is Bavaria. We have a lot of them living here, but looking at the numbers of people we have in the community in the past, it has been very low because people want to recognize more with their ethnic group, and the ethnic group community is a bit more growing. Everybody is doing his thing. But since being now the chairman of the Nigerian community, my task, and I believe it's my task, is to bring everybody together under the umbrella of the Nigerian community and make us to forget all the ethnic lines. So the Nigerian community, there's a Nigerian community national, which the Nigerian community Bavaria is also part of. I believe they are also faring well, but due to the COVID-19 situation right now, we were not able to do meetings. Have not been able to maybe attend meetings with them. We invited them to Munich, but due to the COVID, they couldn't come and observe the meeting here in Munich. But generally, I would say we need to improve.
Okay, so when it talks in terms of improvement, you mentioned the Nigerian community functioning on the tribal basics more than the central unit, which is, not doing fine. Sir, what do you think is the reason why, and what can be a solution in improving the central point?
My belief is that the Nigerian person generality of the Nigerians as a whole, we always think about what do I gain? Why? What can I get when I join this particular community? What is the need for me? And also we tend to like feel more comfortable when we are in a place where our ethnic group is, we can speak our languages and
But
stuff.
sorry to cut in, but don't the same selfish sentiments play into the tribal aspect also in the tribal community? Do they bring the same selfish sentiment like what do I gain from this meeting?
Yes, they do, but then the reason is in that particular place, you feel more comfortable.
Okay.
And the way it works there is a bit different on a larger scale, whereby the stuff we talk about and the kind of people that you bring about is totally different. So people feel more comfortable and they believe they can trust their ethnic colleague better than someone that is not from their ethnic line. So the trust is not there, and yeah, it's
What,
mostly.
what, what is the reason of why are we not trusting somebody that is not from our own ethnic group? Why is the trust not there? Because the situation, the problems Nigerians have is not because of somebody from, it's not particular, it's not in one from one particular ethnic group, but across the board,
uh,
corruption across the board. So
yeah.
why are we choosing to just think in terms of ethnic lines, in the terms of not trusting people? What is the reason?
Yeah, I can only say what I personally observe. I observe from what you just say before, from your question, you said, is it not that people think more of themselves than thinking of the generality of everybody? This is part of being selfish, being think about yourself. So people feel much more comfortable and they believe they will trust their landsman better, and they believe their landsman, I mean, their ethnic a group friend or colleague will at least remember them. They will be able to speak with him, and if he makes money, he will give them than giving somebody that is totally strange or who speaks a language. So yeah, that is the
It,
way.
does that have to do with security, sir? That sense of security that okay, this man, I know where to get back to him. If anything happened, I can always chase him back home. Does that have to do with it?
It has to do with it, and it also has to do with the confidence you feel when you speak your language. The confidence you feel that that person you're speaking to actually understands you better than, let's say, German or somebody from another African country. You know that you can hit the word on the nail, and like you said, you may even know the street he lives in Nigeria. So you feel more comfortable that if he does something, you just run to the chief around your area or some elderly people to settle the issues with you. So you feel actually more comfortable that you know where they're actually coming from than somebody who is strange to you.
Okay, sir, we have had issues with leadership both home and abroad. Understand me? What qualities do you think um, somebody to bring a good leader should have to be able to unite Nigerians in the diaspora? What are the qualities you expect of a good leader to unite the Nigerians in the diaspora?
Well, part of the quality that I believe that a good leader should have is the thinking about the group as a whole, not being selfish. Like you said, selfishness is not good, and to really have love. Most important, to be able to see ahead of time, to look forward, to be able to plan ahead. And most people always think about selfish gain and always, what am I going to get now? What am I going to get now? I don't want to wait till tomorrow. So, and if you don't want to wait till tomorrow, it means you cannot plan. Build a house in one. So if you want to build a house, you plan the foundation, you plan the rooms, you plan the electricity and stuff. And then at a time when everything is finished, you go into it. Most of our people don't want that. They want to open their hand and get the money inside that hand, close it, and they put it in their pocket. You don't want to be like, oh, the money will come later. Let's just start doing it now. And this is part of what is actually happening. And in terms of what quality a leader should have, what leadership quality you should have. The leader must also be someone that unites everybody together and always think, like I said, about the growth. If we look at the German people properly, the way they do their things is totally different from the way we do our things. They are ready to actually plan group, because if you have 10 people and only one is really very, very rich and the other ones are poor, is everybody is poor, because those other ones that are poor are not adding to the generality of Commonwealth. And one time, at a particular point in time, that big wealth that one person is having will diminish because 9 people will be feeding from it. So,
But do you think the background of a person, career-wise, and the activities that as the person have done in the past should be part of the should look at to determine if this person is worthy?
I understand where you are going there, Samson. You are very, very correct. This is part of the leadership problem we have. Um, the experience a leader has, we actually lead them on. And if we keep on choosing our leaders with respect to our ethnic group, not with respect of the experience and the capacity that that person has, then we will not have good leaders. If, let's say, we want to choose a leader in a small group, and I look at, oh, this person comes from a different tribe as myself, and if this person, even if the person is qualified, have this good experience really nearly everywhere. When I'm around Nigerians and we have to choose something, people really think sometimes with their stomach, and they think really on this ethnic line. They don't look at who is actually okay, and from his experience, who has the experience to maybe lead the group. The Nigerian community here in Bayern was also in that particular way before. The professionals here, we have a lot of Nigerian professionals here. And I want to state here, I'm not actually talking down on any Nigerian at all. All Nigerian community belongs to us. But as we are saying here, we need to choose our leaders properly. The German people don't just choose their leader. If you look at the way they choose their leader, they look at who is actually have the responsibility, who have the experience to lead. And the leaders will even talk among themselves. They don't care where you come from. Like now we have in the CDU and the CSU, 2 leaders, they spoke with each other and said, look, who is going to lead? And we will see at the end of the day, they will choose one of them. You understand? They will, and those two guys will not fight and be like sending talks to each other. So as we are saying, the most important thing is also we need to choose our leader according to merit, what they have experienced, what they were trained in. You know, somebody cannot just come into politics and just be a politician that doesn't have any experience. If you look at Obama, Obama was a congressman and he has experience in politics. He doesn't just rose maybe somebody and pick him and then put him there because he has a godfather somewhere. So you are very, very right, Samson. The experience and the training a politician or a leader has a very, very big effect on how he leads.
Okay, so I've been around some Nigerian organizations here. I'm a member of Nigerian community and a member of Nigerians in diaspora organization. I don't see, for example, those of us living in Germany here, this is a very structured society. I don't see we bringing what we see in the system, the working system, or the working of the government into our society. We are not practicing it. Why? Why isn't it so?
It is a very big question, and this is a very good observation from you, Francis, for this jam. What I will say is, from my own personal belief, is that Africans, those of us that are now at this age, and those of us that are actually here, maybe not born in this country, lived in Nigeria and come here, we still have a lot of Nigerian and African tendencies. And like thinking on ethnic lines and all these things. The problem with us is we don't really want to practice what we see here. Anytime we have the chance of like, just like our food also. if some of us that live with white people, and anytime you get the chance of eating African food, you just go there and smash. And then when you get home, you see, okay, maybe the Yoruba woman cannot cook, then it's fine. But when you see African food, you go there and really make sure you get it. So what I'm trying to say is, it is difficult for us to actually live that what we are known, what we know operates in Nigeria. And because most of the way those things operate has to do with get money fast, do this fast, and we are still thinking in that line. We need to change our paradigm. We need to change our mindset. It is when we change our mindset that we can actually use what we are learning here in this country to develop Nigeria. Because if we still stay 10, 5, 15, 20 years here and could not learn from the German way or from the European way, and still engulfed in our way of thinking down there, and like you say, it has to do actually with integration. If you integrate properly into this community and you work with them, at a point in time, you will also think like them. You know what I'm talking about? Something. If you are in Germany here and you can speak the German language properly, at a point in time, you will be thinking in German.
Good. So your organization, the Nigerian Community Bayern, recently had a women summit. How successful have you been in putting women in the role of leadership? Talk about the summit you had with women and the reason why, then tell us your success in putting them in the role of leadership.
Yeah. That is a good observation. I the leadership of the Nigerian community in July last year, and since then I've been in the community for a while also, and I've been watching what's going on. I've been looking at it, and I found out that it's like men thing. The women are not there, and I think this is a real big deficit. So when I attained that position of chairmanship, I found a way to first include a woman in our executive. We have a woman there, the assistant financial secretary is a pharmacist here that studied, and she's a young lady and she's really very good. And around that time also, before I became the chairman, I was planning, or our plan, to restructure the Nigerian community. We have created 5 pillars in the Nigerian community. We looked at the set of type of Nigerians we have here. We have a whole pillar for women, which is being manned by the women leader that leads the institutions. Have another pillar which is called family and children, and the third pillar, youth and students, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and the other pillar, another pillar is also a pillar for refugees.
Mm-hmm.
That is our elders, the pensioners, because at the point in time, also, those guys who are the ones that started the community, everything, and they are getting old, they are now in pension, and they need to still be part of this community, and we need to do that. So this is it. And since then, we are taking this executive of Nigerian community, we are taking the women as very important, and we want them to community to be integrated, to do things together. We are planning language courses, we are planning cooking courses, we are planning many other things, and we are really working with women. We are waiting for all of them to come to Nigeria.
So tell us the essence and the achievement of the summit you had, the Women's Summit.
This Women's Summit, it was titled Choose to Challenge internationally. And the success we had there was we were able to plan with people dedicated. The lady that leads this group, the coordinator, she's dedicated. We invited the ambassador. He came and gave us a very nice speech. We invited the CEO of the Nigerian Commission, NIDCOM, Nigerian Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiri. She was not able to come, but she sent us a good video speech. And we have over 450 viewers live on Facebook watching that program. Attending also, we have 50 people that attended that thing, and we invited women of all colors. The German people, we invited some network of organizations we work with, and we invited even people from Nigeria, and we collaborated with also with some other NGOs.
So we've had summits and events and stuff like that. What is the after? What comes after? What do you intend? What is the goal? What are you doing with the what are you doing with the result of the summit after here? What do you intend to achieve?
Thank you very much. After the summit, our uh, plan is actually to gather more Nigerians, to make more Nigerians to join the community. We have over 5,000 Nigerians here in Bavaria, and the community is still growing. We are at least not more than like 50 people, and this is really poor. Our target is for the end of the year to have about 1,000 Nigerians in that group. And how do we want to move on? We want to move on in the sense that we want to like more give women more chance. And after this event, a lot of people have started joining the community. They have been calling, they have been asking around. And like I said, we have a 6-point agenda, which we will post on our website very soon, of the plans that we have that the women will be doing. Uh, those plans is actually to really network more, also give women more chances, maybe give them more training, give them more assistance. We plan also to have an office. In this office will be open 2 times a week for consultation. We can help you read your letters. If you get letters from the authorities, we can help you make some good decision from experiences we have. Maybe you need a good lawyer, maybe you need a good specialist to go to, doctors and stuff like that. We are also trying to compile the list of Nigerian professionals here so that we can, among ourselves, also go to professionals among us who can advise us because we understand each other better and we know where we are coming from, we know our common problems. It's going to be easier for us when we actually always also talk to our landsmen and we.
Beautiful. You said about you talked about people engaging. You made a comment about people re-engaging in the community after the summit. Sir, the level of Nigerians and Africans in diaspora engaging in the community activities is very, very low before. What is the reason and what have you done now to attract this engagement?
Yeah, the level of Nigerians, professionals, non-professionals, normal people that are coming to the Nigerian community are very low. I think this has also more to do with the situation in Nigeria. But the problem is, and when I attained the chairmanship of the community, I told everybody, I said, look, we are here in Germany. We are living here. And we just go, let's say, on holiday in Nigeria, 30 days, 20 days, not more. So why should we concentrate much of our time and much of our only on Nigeria? We have to think about ourselves here. So what we have been doing all the while to make sure that people come to the community is we thought of what is a common denominator of problems that Nigeria has. We choose one of them or two of them, and we now try to put everybody together to say, okay, let us face this problem together. This is the way we're going about it. We know that most of us here, we have the language problem. We have started also, like I said, we want to have an office where we help people to translate their languages. So what we've been doing is we have actually we look at services we can offer the people, and then we go actively ask them. We have a website now, we have a Facebook presence, we have Instagram presence, and through all these social handles, we are engaging with the people, and we are asking them to come and join the community. And we are telling them also it is not an ethnic thing. It is not ethnic, and you should just come together as Nigerian. Just forget the ethnic, because the German people will not ask me if I'm Yoruba or Igbo. Ask me if I'm Nigerian, and they will do so like that.
This is beautiful to hear that how the Nigerian community in Bayern is functioning. But why is this not? Has it not been successful in the national level? For example, the Nigerian community in Berlin is not functioning at all. It's not a working community. Why are we not having such? Why can't you? What's the organization doing to extend it to national communities, whereby they can extend it to other cities in Germany?
Thank you very much. I've been in talk with Mr. Peters, the chairman of the Nigerian Community National, and he's also doing his best to bring everyone together. Recently, he created a Telegram group where all join, but I think work is still in progress. I can say the reason why maybe the Nigerian community in Berlin, I don't know the details,
It's
but
not functioning. It's not functioning. I'm a member.
believe it's not functioning is the stress here, and maybe partly because of the COVID-19 situation.
No. Before then, I think it's not a functioning organization. The structures, the people are not taking it. I think they're not taking it seriously because I don't know. It's not just functioning.
With time, they will learn from what we are doing in Bavaria here. Nigerian community, I can tell you, it's very, very important.
Yes.
I will give you an example. We have a lot of students living here or coming to study, Nigerian students. These Nigerian students
Let me
are
cut, let me cut you short because that's supposed to be my next question.
okay.
How is your organization engaged with the diaspora students?
Yeah,
Because I've really had a situation when I've been with them and I talk about it in Nigeria. They don't even know this organization exists.
here in Bavaria, we have a lot of communication with them. We even have, like I can tell you, we have a large number of them that are very active in the Nigerian community. And the lady that I told you is now our secretary. She was the president of the Nigerian in Germany up till maybe beginning of this year or maybe last year. So she is the ex-president of the Nigerian scholars in Germany. We did actively move to them and tell them, come and join the Nigerian community. And our assistant secretary is also one of the executive of NICIC before he finishes his study. He's now working. And there's still a whole number of them. And how did this also come about? I have another NGO called YESI, and this is a youth organization. This youth organization is partnering with Nigerian scholars to do a lot of things, to do networking between our students and the German employer. Doing networking also in the sense that we are planning, we plan a lot of seminars on training them. YESI is an ongoing project we are doing right now is to do some training courses for the students. Other people can join, but it's mainly targeted at the students right now. And it will not only be students in Bayern, because right now we are COVID, everything is online, it will be open for all of them. So we are really engaging them. They are also ready to work. And I can tell you their mindset is a bit different from the older generation of my age. They are very open people, and I really would like to work with youth. I really like to work with them. And I think on the federal level also, we just need to a little bit move closer to them, and they will be ready to join the community. They can even help to restructure. They can help to make Berlin more happy.
It's really intriguing to hear how you are talking about the women, bringing women working with you in your organization also, and also talking about the students, because in Berlin here we have you should know we have a huge number of students in Berlin here, and we have not been able to coordinate or work with with the students and the women. And I think maybe we will have one or two functioning women in the Nigerian community in Berlin. It's a total for me. It's Nigerian community Berlin for me is a total failure, there's nothing working out there. I'm surprised that the way you're talking about your organization. I need to come to Bayern one of these days. Maybe when the COVID is finished, and I'll come. I need to come attend one of your meetings and really, because I want people to see visual of things happening there. I want like come to your meeting, see how women are functioning, and all these things we need to document them, put it online so that people will see, and also maybe it can awaken something in the women. Okay, then I'll go to my next question. We have two major Nigerian organizations in Germany, NIDO, Nigerian in Diaspora, and NCG, Nigerian Community Germany. You belong to this organization. I don't know how you manage it. I belong to the two organizations, but somehow I don't see these two organizations working together.
Thank you very much, Samson. You are very, very good. I've been in NIDO also for a bit long. And by the time that I was there, I observed the issue and I raised the issue in the executives there. And we did make a move. We made, and there was a problem between these two organizations before, and that problem is not supposed to be. I think it is on actually looking at which organization should face what particular issue. There was then this issue of Germany is trying to deport 13,000 Nigerians. That really got me a bit angry. And I said, what is NIDO doing? What is Nigerian community doing? And then I spoke in those days with the secretary of the Nigerian Community Federal. I said, we have to do something. And I drafted some letter. We wrote the embassy. We wanted to laugh with the German government and really ask, where are these Nigerians going to deport? And why do you want to deport them? They are already here in Germany. Why don't you give them trainings and let them stay? Or let them go back when they want to go back. But before, even if you send any one of them back, since you still have time, give them training. Even 3 months training, short skill, we do. So they wouldn't even fight to come back again. They will have something for their life. So we come together, we were drafting that. And at a point in time also, we met in Muster, NIDO and Nigerian community, and we met to iron things out. And since then, at least it has been peaceful. But you are very, very right. Collaboration is not happening. So I think we need to speak with the leaders of these two organizations. If they can collaborate, they can do wonders for Nigerians here. They just need to.
Why is it not working? Does it have anything to do with ego or what? Because this is not a tribal issue this time around. Our major issue is tribal. What is the point here? Is it ego? Is it power tussle or what?
I can give you one example that I believe is part of the problem. And it's that the Nigerian Diaspora Organization is at the onset meant for professional Nigerians. And those ones there then were actually making a line and saying, if you want to join NIDO, you have to be a professional.
So how does NIDO define a professional? Who is a professional?
Well, that is a big question which I cannot answer. But I think a professional is somebody who chooses a profession and who have certificates for that profession.
Because if you're saying that a cleaner here in Germany can be a professional,
yeah,
a mechanic here can be a professional. So how do you define a professional? And then if you say you have to be a professional, who tells you I'm not a professional? So how do you define it?
That is the problem there, and that is why also it's a bit difficult. And but now I think it's no more the case. I don't know. It's not like maybe anybody can join or anybody, but it is not like they're saying, okay, you must have a PhD or you must have a master. It's not. I think any Nigerian who is interested right now and who can read or write, most especially who can also speak a bit of German, can join in NIDO. If you speak German also, clear in your head and join NIDO. But however, everyone is allowed and is a Nigerian, can join Nigerian community. So like we are saying, what is the problem between the two? It's just because the leaders are not coming together to iron things out, and it's not supposed to be. They can share functions and say, okay, NIDO's, the reason why NIDO was created is to bring development to Nigeria. Let NIDO face that. Nigerian community is about the people here. So let Nigerian community face the comfort of Nigerians here. Let them face how to make them more comfortable.
So do you think there's a financial gain or something? That's the reason why in the various functions, that's why they cannot outline which function belongs to this. Are there financial gains? Because I know these things tend to disrupt unity when it comes to finances, money.
I don't really see any financial gain that you can have. You are actually serving. If you are doing it truthfully, you are serving. But in the past, there were some people that believe that if they are chairman or this particular big organization like NIDO, Nigerian Community, they can, by such doing, get projects for their own private organizations.
Okay.
And if that is possible or not possible, I don't know. But I am now in the Nigerian community as chairman, and I can tell you it is just my passion. I have a good job, and it's a well-paid job at that. And I also have family. But the willpower, the passion, and it's like a call for me to actually serve the community and help to structure it. This is what brings me to doing it. It's not about money. My organization, the NGO, is running in Nigeria, and I use my money to run it. And I'm not actually looking for any fund because I'm comfortable in my job. So, like you said before, also, we need to look at that when we are choosing our leaders. We don't want to put somebody who is hungry, who is arbeitslos, not speak German, who can, who doesn't even know his way around in Germany to come and be the president or the chairman of the Nigerian organization. He will not be able to lead the people because he himself is not well integrated into this society, and he doesn't even know where to go. So he will not know what to do.
So um, do you think the Nigerians in diaspora organization or the Nigerian community, Germany, has the moral ground to accuse the Nigerian government back home if we are not being able to put ourselves together here?
I think we don't have that. I think we don't have we cannot demand from the Nigerian government what we ourselves cannot or not giving. Right now, we are not organized. We don't have good leadership. We don't lead ourselves properly. We are not structured. And all these things, saying our government in Nigeria does not have it. Why don't we bring ourselves together, make a structure, follow that structure, and have good leadership? And give them as an example and say, look, this is the way it has to be done. Instead of actually bringing that insane stuff into the diaspora and or continuing with what we know is wrong, I'm thinking there's going to be a miracle somewhere that will change it. No miracle can change that if in our mindset is totally wrong for the actions that we are supposed to be taking, and we are not actually even planning for the future. So I believe it is a lot for us to do, and we cannot actually blame Nigeria or all this blame we are just given. We are just looking for the blame outside. Blame is within.
I'm still very, very impressed about how you have outlined or information you've passed about your community working with women and all this. So, what is in your background? Either your financial, you worked in the financial sector, and where you working at the moment, sir?
I'm working at Sky. It's a television company. Now the mother company is Comcast in America.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I work right now as solution architect.
Okay, you're bringing. What is it in your financial background and the IT background that you were bringing from these backgrounds into these community activities that makes it function?
Well, I've worked for over 10 years at UniCredit Bank, Ipo Foreign Bank, and I also worked 13 years for BMW Group as an I can tell you what I brought from all these enterprise and big companies is structure. Structure, and also to know how to do things, how things are supposed to be done. You know, there are peaks of normal living, but there are also regulations and rules that you have to follow. And at a point in time, you get used to those regulations. And in Nigeria, we always try to wave a lot of things around. And we sometimes don't even take our job serious. We want people to say thank you to the job that we were supposed to do or give us money extra. If I'm doing something and this is my task, why should somebody say thank you because I'm doing my task, or why I have to get extra from somewhere? If I know my task, I do it, and this is what I'm doing. I don't have to, people don't have to say thank you to me for executing my task. And most of the thing that also our people don't know is working in an enterprise environment. If you have a project and you have a timeline for your project and you have to deliver, you must deliver. Our people don't do that. If the Nigerian community in Berlin is not working, there must have been a time where something has to be delivered and nobody delivered that, and everybody forgot it. Because like if me and you are having a meeting now and we say, okay, Afrobeats Germany, next month we are meeting again to discuss something else, and I didn't call you, you didn't call me, it will go down like that. But you can say, no, Mr. Ojoye, you promised me. If you cannot, give me another time and I will call you and we must do it. Somebody has to be persistent on that, and people have to deliver. The sense of delivering, some of us don't have it, and most especially the leadership also. And the sense of responsibility, due process is a big word. If we do our things, process, this is what I'm bringing, and this is what I actually brought the Nigerian community to put it into structure. I will tell you, there's a lot of resistance everywhere, but that is part of what a professional has. If you have a job to do, you just need to face your job. You will always have issues. You always have problems. You create your problem ticket. You try and look for root cause analysis. You solve your problem. You move ahead to the next thing, and you look at the timeline if you're still in focus. Then you deliver.
So you said something about responsibility, and I think that issue of personal responsibility is what Nigerians individual in the diaspora, both in terms of athletes that are winning. If you look around now, Nigerians are world champions in all combat sports. If you look around now, Nigerians like Chimamanda, the World Trade Organization, and what's her name? Huh? What's her name again?
That is the
Ngozi
Konjo.
and so many other Nigerians that are doing marvelous and beautiful work individually. And because they have taken a personal responsibility to make sure they follow a certain structure and work hard at it. Why can that transcend into the diasporan community and also then back to Nigeria, to the government? Can't we learn from? Why can't we win like them?
I believe, Samson, me and you, every one of us, we can do it. We just need to have that belief and have the passion and learn from our mistakes. If we set our mind to do it, we can do it. Let us come together and build a very strong Nigerian community in this country. If we can build a very strong Nigerian community, there is power in multitude. The more we have and the more things we can do, the more we can. We just need to structure ourselves and say, oh, you go into this direction, you go to that direction, and we solve it. In the informatics, if you have a big problem, you break your problems into pieces and you start tackling them in pieces like that. So if you have a big problem, let us all come together, break the problems into pieces, and then put people in those pieces. By the time we know, we will have a structured society where we as Nigerians will be respected in this country, where we'll be in the position to offer ourselves something. If I want to go to doctor, you cannot imagine we have over 60 Nigerian doctors in this country. Maybe it's even 100 now, because the last time I checked is about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. We have architects here. We have, I can ask, we have nurses here. We have, maybe we have Soya Birata. People are coming from everywhere also. They're coming from the UK. They're coming from Russia, Ukraine, Greece. They are professionals. They are coming here, all of them. And those ones that are also not professional, people are moving to this country, Germany, especially from Italy, from Spain, from all these other countries. If we, as a group of people, come together and make a strong Nigerian community. It's for us, it's for ourselves, and we can really build something. We can build something for ourselves. Let us just push the focus a little bit to Germany, to ourselves, and structure something and come together. If everybody is going about his business, it's going to be like that for the next 30 years again. And at the end of the day, people will look at statistics and will say, Nigerians, don't forget about them. They are not one country. They just do things and they are not structured. Why can't we have our own kindergarten here? Why not? Even countries which is not even richer or have, like I say, a lot of intelligent people, smart people are from Nigeria, but we are not coming together to build something. We don't have a structure. Our government needs to have a policy for the diaspora, a policy for us.
In terms of our government having policy for diasporans, how do you rate the current Nigerian ambassador to Germany? He was a part of your. How do you rate the current Nigerian ambassador to Germany? He was part of your women activity recently. So what do you want to say about it?
The Nigerian ambassador to Germany is a very good man. I've met him in person. I've even went to his office on a particular issue before I became the Nigerian community chairman. I went to him to ask him, and it has to do with the problem of Nigerians here wanting to have their passport in Berlin. We live in Bayern here. I don't know how maybe 6 or 7 hours to Berlin. Our people will go with 2 children, mother and father, 4 to Berlin, and they will not get their passport. They have to stay in hotel and a lot of stress. The question that I posed to him then was, why can't we have a consulate here in Munich? And then he answered, he said, there's nothing bad in having a consulate, but right now, the Nigerian embassy in Berlin and the Nigerian government have issues with maintaining the embassies, that the money is no more there, so they have to manage. So they are actually thinking of closing embassies down all over the world. So how will it be possible for them to now open another consulate here? But on that issue also, I'm still working on other possible ways, maybe to get a mobile system of capturing people. It's possible. And these are things I'm actually working with the Nigerian Community National Chairman. The Nigerian ambassador, we have invited him to 2 events now, and he came and he delivered. So for me, I will say I cherish him. I know he's a very good man. He doesn't have time for gossips and some party meetings like some people would expect him to have. But what the message I have for him is that I want him really to look at how to solve the problems of Nigerian here. I want him to help us structure the Nigerian here, the Nigerian community. If we can have it in a well-structured manner, it's going to ease also the problem happening in the embassy. It's going to ease the problem, because if someone knows he belongs to the Nigerian community, he won't go to the embassy and cause trouble there, because he knows if the embassy tell us, we will have our meeting, he will come to the meeting, he will tell him, look, Mr. XYZ, why did you went to the embassy and started fighting in the embassy or causing trouble? If you need to write a letter, if you need to contact them, we can help you, and we can be a middleman between the Nigerians here and the embassy. So that is my message. And also about the passport issue that is expensive, I want the ambassador to look into it. He's a good man. He was restated there. We love him, but we want him to look at our problem. We have a lot of problems with Nigerians that we want him to help us look into.
Beautiful. Do you see any hope for Nigerians in the midst of this tribal and functions going on? You have the Biafrans, you have the Afeniferes, you have the Arewa group, and all this function. Do you see any hope of this thing not disintegrating Nigeria as a country?
Well, that's a big question for me, because I live in Germany. And when you live outside, what is actually happening in the inside, you don't know it. And for me, I'm not somebody who actually believe all these WhatsApp messages going around. But on the broader look at it, I can say my personal belief, that we are not going about it the right way. First, I support restructuring, but restructuring without restructuring our mind. If we structure, if we break out, but it is still the same people. It's like just changing the cover of shoebox and putting shoe inside and writing Nike or LV on it. It is still the same old shoe you're wearing. So if our mind is still so spoiled, if our mind is still so damaged, and if we are still the way we are, that we're very dishonest, and we are the one that has the most churches, and the most mosques and the most balawos, we know to go about trying to do magic here and there, and if we can stop that, we don't even need to go apart. Maybe we don't need to go apart. For me, the politicians and the other ethnic group are complaining that there are other ethnic that are ruling. If you look in the history, maybe it was the other way around before also. But all what you are talking about is what is the common denominator.
Beautiful. And finally, before I let you go, there was this issue on a voting on the anti-discrimination that happened maybe in the United Nations, right? And they said Nigeria and Germany abstained, and a few other countries abstained. What do you know about this?
I saw this post somewhere, and I went to the website of the United Nations to have a big look at it. It's a big document and it's a big issue. But for me, the bottom line is the United Nations wants to do something concrete about racism. And some country, like the country we live in, says no, they are not ready to do so. It is for me a serious issue that I believe we should challenge the German government to know their decision. Why did they do that? They must have a reason. And some people were arguing Nigerian also abstained. Nigerian abstained. They were supporting before, but later they abstained. We also need to ask them, why do you abstain? What is in the clause of this particular statement that made you abstain? The way we know Nigeria, although we have racial issues also, but mostly Nigerian, with respect to Europeans or Australians or Americans, we count them as Oyinbo and we always welcome them. We are not racist. So naturally, we are not a racist group of people. You understand what I'm trying to say? But for me, my focus is really Germany here. I won't say I don't care about what's happening in Nigeria, but I'm living here and I'm living really most part of my life here. And I want to know because I work in large enterprises also here. And I can tell you from my experience, I've always mostly been the only black person around. If I go to international meeting, the only black person around. What is the reason why? We have a lot of professionals here. We have a lot of students here now finishing master's degree. Some of them are PhD. Why are these people not in the system? Why is it happening? So if Germany did not want to do something strong about racism, we need to know why. I have a list about soft racism. I've worked in an enterprise where I'm like maybe 10 years in that particular organization, and the white person is sitting in front of me. We are friends, we talk every day, and that person is getting married, and I'm not invited. And other people, colleagues, are invited. And at the end of the day, they started bringing me photos of the parties they went to. And I'm like, why am I not invited? These are soft racist. I cannot force him. It is this. But he's not a racist person, and I know him. He's really not. But maybe the other people that will come to his party are racist. So he doesn't want me to be exposed. So, but generally, the government knows that there is still some aspect of racism. I went to secondary school in this country. And read some books while I was in the school, and those books were actually mentioning nigger and this and that in a subtle manner. And I can tell you, before I was married to a white woman, and my Schwieger father, in-law, father-in-law, was calling me nigger just like that. He didn't know that it is wrong until I told him, hey, Schwieger father-in-law, don't call me nigger. I'm not a nigger. I'm a black man. And nigger is what you use to say something wrong.
Derogatory word.
Yeah. And then he learned it, and that's okay. And now I think the German government also are teaching the people. There was even a law about racism in Germany, especially with respect to you getting job, and I think they are changing. But that particular question you asked, I will want the diaspora organization here, not only Nigerian, to sit together, ask the German government. If they even vote no there, let them do something internally. Let them face it. Black Lives Matter. We had it last year. Everyone was saying it. Most German companies were even having placards everywhere about Black Lives Matter.
But then you voted no.
And then you go to the United Nations, and Black lives is part of race. You know, we have Jews here, we have different kind of, we have Roma, we have all these people. Let them also count. Let them matter.
So finally, before my final question, my final word to you. Your organization, the Nigerian Community Bayern, is functioning.
Yeah.
What would you tell the Nigerian youth, especially kids that are born here, to come to bring them into your fold?
Yeah, like I told you, we have this group, this pillar, youth and students. This particular area really need people to join it. For me, I believe that if you structure something properly, and you just need to keep it a bit rolling.
What is the selling point? If you're creating a quick advert, a 30-second advert for this organization, what is the selling point to this youth that you think you can attract these kids? Because it's a question of what is attractive to the kids there. What do they want? What will bring them in?
Well, for me, what we will use to attract the kids, part of it is going to be organizing sports events. We plan to organize sports events for them because this is where young people interact more. Organize sports events for them, depending on the age. If you want to bring them in right from the beginning, we in the Nigerian community are planning language courses. May start this month or next month. We targeted the three major languages: Nigeria, Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa, and we now already have teachers for Igbo and Yoruba, and we are starting for the children between the ages of 7 and 12. We will be giving them every two weekends in the month language courses that will cost them maybe just €10 per month. And we want them to come and join. Those are for the small ones. For the bigger ones, we're still looking for some of them to come and join. We want to plan sports events with them, and if possible, a Nigerian football club. This is to come together. And if we can have competition between the Nigerian football club in Berlin, the one in Hamburg, and then we can this sport event a lot of activity and makes kids happy and parents too.
So Nigerian music, culture, and food are one of the most selling and the most attractive thing about Nigeria at the moment. Why are you guys not using that as a selling point?
That's a good one. Yeah, we will take that, we take note of that. I can even say the Nigerian scholars in Germany did an event last year to talent. And the one that won is a singer. And yesterday I was in my car, I was hearing MPW on a normal German radio, you know? So I'm like, you are very, very right. We could use music to actually bring them together.
Culture, Nigerian culture is beautiful. Diverse, yeah. Beautiful.
Of course, culture is part of our plan. Also, we plan a major cultural event every year. Only COVID-19, how do you want to plan culture virtually? It's really difficult. It will make it tasteless because culture, you feel culture and you want to be inside that culture. But we hope COVID-19 will go as soon as possible, that we will still be able to plan that cultural event. And the cultural event will be a big one, and we will get a place in the center of Munich. And we invite the youths also because they need to know the culture. If they can't go home and they are living here, they need to, people call them Black, they call them African. And if they don't know this culture, it's like they lost.
Hopefully, I'm going to be there to help and broadcast that whatever you're doing. Sir, finally, how can people get to connect with you and your organization? Online also.
Our website is Nigerian-community-bayern.de.
Okay.
If you just check also Nigerian Community Bayern on Instagram and Facebook, we are there. And to contact, just go to the website. My telephone number is there. If the telephone number of the organization is coming soon, but right now it's my telephone number, which is there. And better is by email. And our email address is info@nigerian-community-bayern.de. And if you write the email, we'll surely answer.
Anyway, we're going to have those information on the video. I want to say to those of you out there that have not, let me remind you again, if you have not subscribed to Afrobeats Germany, please do. You want to leave a comment on this video, you want to make inquiries, Mr. Kazeem Ojoye is going to personally respond to your comments and all the stuff like that. And also, please share this video, share it to other Nigerian communities all over. I'm going to share it to Nigerian Community Berlin so that they will learn a thing from your viewpoint and your words here. And also, please like this video. Your like, don't think your likes are not important. They are very, very important. Leave a comment, it's important. If you want to show me, don't meet me on the street and keep telling me, watch all your video, but you're not leaving a comment, you're not leaving a like. You're not helping me. Please like and leave a comment on this video. With that, sir, I want to say thank you very, very much. This has been very, very educating session with you. It's really, really wonderful. I want to repeat another one again with you someday, and I want to come to Bayern someday to come and see what you guys are doing there. So I will say thank you very much for giving me your time. It has been a wonderful time.
You're welcome, Sam. Thank you very much. I want to say something to Nigerians. I check Afrobeats Germany page. We have over 6,000 subscribers. Why? We are a lot. We are over 50,000 here. Go and subscribe to Afrobeats Germany. I always check there. There are nice content there. If you're talking about music, like you said, there are music content there. He invites people, he interviews people. So viewers, go and subscribe to Afrobeats Germany. You really have nice content there. Thank you very much, Afrobeats Germany. I really love it. Immediately, anytime I come to Berlin, I always call you and we have our chat and talk and like that. Keep on doing what you are doing. God bless you. And to other Nigerians, I would just say, let us love each other and let us also think of ourselves in this country more.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. I appreciate and remain blessed. Thank you, sir.